Hey, what's up, everyone? Day 18. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what we got going.
Hey, what's up, Savages? Day 18, guys. It's been crazy. Just got to the hotel. I put in a 12-hour day of driving. I told you guys, like, we're moving. And so, we've had to put in a lot of time doing that. I'll be real honest with you guys. Like, I haven't been able to do any of my typical Facebook outreach that I've been doing every single day. But I do want to tell you guys that I did made it a point to, on my drive, to make sure and call some people and reconnect with some people that I haven't talked to in a while, just to kind of rekindle that network and talk to people about what they're doing. I'm actually generally interested in what people are doing. And so, I built a good network of people that I can reach out to and talk business with and find out what they're doing and all that stuff. And just asking questions, man, like, what are you struggling with right now? Oh, this is what I'm struggling with. Like, I'm always curious, you know what I mean? Because, not everybody, but some people are always struggling with that. So I made some really good connections with some people that I haven't talked to in a very, very long time. So it was all, I wouldn't say it was a cold call. It was just somebody I haven't talked to in a while. You know, I just made some phone calls and was able to have some really, really good conversations with some people. So that was my outreach for today, guys. Obviously, I've got some things to catch up on. We have some different, let's see here. This one was from a few days ago. Let's see here. I do have a list of a new group of people, or new groups that I need to hop into, which is good. So once I get moved and kind of set up, I'll be able to do a lot of that. I did get some, like even yesterday stuff. I finally got this post got approved, which is cool. Which, just a value post, right? Super simple, nothing crazy. Let's see here. But guys, there's some really good posts in some of these groups. Let's see here. Residential. Anyone with military boots? Does anyone use a Honeywell for wireless thermostat? They're asking some detailed questions in there. Let's go to the one that I really like. Contractors helping contractors. There's a lot of people in this group. But people ask a lot of really good questions. There's business talk in here, right? And so I think that's really important. I'm just I know it's redundant, but hey, getting in some of these groups where they're talking a lot about business and asking different questions, I think is so daggum important. Let's see here. DMs, what do we have? This is somebody that I talked to today on the phone, which is really cool. So yeah, like, you guys, just, again, it's not like I didn't spend a lot of time on it. I'm just being super real with you guys. Didn't spend a lot of time on doing that, but I actually made a lot of phone calls and was able to talk to about, I think, 5 or 6 different people that I haven't talked to in a while. So I'm just really excited about that, guys. It doesn't matter like what we're doing. There shouldn't be an excuse. I was 12 hours on the road today, so it didn't matter. We still got some outreach done, and obviously there's a lot of in play right now. Just a lot in play. There's totally a lot in play. So I'm excited. Just over the next few days, we'll kind of show you guys. I did some outlines of some of the different stuff. We have some follow-up calls this next week. So you guys just keep following along. If you do have questions, post them in the comments. We're happy to keep showing you guys exactly how we're going to build this thing and close out in our 30-day challenge over $10,000 in MRR. So you guys keep rocking and rolling, plugging along. We're going to keep crushing it. Let's go. You guys have a good day. We'll talk soon.
Hey, what's up, guys? Day 18 here. So I'm going to walk you through the build out that we put together for this podcast outreach method that we're going to be implementing. The only thing we're finishing up is just cleaning the list of emails, making sure that that's good to go and that we have, enough contact data. So I'm just going to walk you through the build here really quick. So what we do is we got our pipeline here. So we're going to be doing some cold outreach for this. We'll also implement like an application. We'll probably have like a sign up page somewhere that maybe on like our actual website once that's live, that people can apply to be on the show. And so anyways, this is our pipeline here. So cold outreach, if they're interested, great. If they're interested, we'll send them like a pre-onboarding question form. Once that's submitted, it'll go here. And then we'll schedule the podcast. If the podcast has to be rescheduled, we'll put it here. And then, of course, done. then we'll do like any edits. And once it's edited, done, then we can send the content also to the guest who was on the show, and then come back and we can complete it out. So that's our pipeline. But in terms of the automation, because we are going to send this through High Level. Okay. Now I know a lot of people say don't use High Level for cold email. All right. And I would agree with that in a lot of cases, right? Because it's not really meant for cold email by any means. It is primarily built for marketing to people who have opted in, sending appointment reminders, sending mass emails to like your list and stuff like that. However, what I have seen, because one of the things that we do with like our brick and mortar companies is we do outreach to local real estate agents. Okay. And the way we put the messaging, it's not about trying to sell someone a service, right? Like if I was trying to reach out B2B for the purpose of trying to sell them on my service via cold email or get them on a demo or appointment or something like that, we would not be using High Level at all. However, what I have seen is when we do cold outreach to, for example, like I was saying, for brick and mortar companies, even for the brick and mortar companies that I own, and we do outreach to realtors just saying, hey, we are XYZ company, and we're looking to establish some relationships with realtors in the area. Would you be open to a conversation and maybe allowing us to do some work for you personally to show you, our value and our service and possibly be like a recommended vendor on your list, right? So we're going to follow that same strategy. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've never had an issue running that type of outreach with getting blocked or hurting a domain when we've done cold outreach in this way. Now we do drip it, right? So we're not just blasting out like 1,000, 10,000 emails, right? We are dripping it. We're making sure we're warming up the email. We're making sure that we're not running into a bunch of bounced or spam or getting, marked. And it's really about your messaging. Now, the way we're doing this through High Level is we're bringing it into the system. We're only going to be running 3 emails every 5 minutes, right? And that's only between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we're not going to be sending out that many, maybe a few hundred in the first day. Okay. Now, what we did is we split it into paths. So that way each one is getting a different subject line and a slightly different message. Okay. Now, one of the reasons why we do that is so that the email senders are also not looking at it as like we're just sending the same email over and over and over. That's one of the things that can get you flagged for spam or promotion if providers are, looking at what you're sending and it's just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, right? So we always try to rotate the subject lines. We're also just testing different subject lines too, but we're rotating them. And then we're also just slightly changing the message in each one of these as well. Now, here's one of the beautiful things about sending is that you can test the sending. If you have a Gmail inbox, you can test the sending through here and see where it goes in your own inbox, right? And by doing that, you can start to figure out like what words are being flagged to put you in promotions or spam, etc. And so we keep it really simple. Like I'll just show you this one here. Really simple. Could we interview you? Okay. Now the reason why I don't believe we're going to have any issue with like being marked as spam or anything, because we are reaching out, asking if we could interview, the company or the owner. And then we're just saying something super simple. Hi there. My name is blank. Emily, you can put whoever. I work with location name. We're starting a podcast where we interview local businesses about how to get started, about how they got started, why they chose the industry they're in, and lessons they've learned that could be passed on to others looking to start or grow their business. Would you be open to being a guest on our podcast? Right? Then we have our footer, and then of course you will have like the unsubscribe options as well, because that is required. But I've tested every single one of these, and every single one of these I got to land in my inbox, not because we're set up perfectly, but just because of the way that we structured the email. So that's why I don't believe we're going to have any problem necessarily. One, with deliverability. We might have some, of course, but overall, I think we'll get a really good deliverability rate. Again, this is coming from stuff that I've done in the past with outreach to realtors. Now, this, of course, is a little bit new. We've never actually done this method or tried this before, so it's going to be new for us too, and we'll show you the results as it comes in. But I don't think we'll have a problem with it because we're not trying to sell them something. We're simply asking if we could interview them for our podcast and have a conversation to give back, right? Allow them to share their story so we can share their story with other people and share the lessons they've learned in business. Now, again, our whole purpose behind this strategy is to have more conversations with business owners, get to know them, get to know their business within that 45-minute to an hour interview session, and then allow that to open up the door for us to maybe talk about things that we could help them with, etc. But then furthermore, now we get content for the company. Then we can slice that up, give them some content, and now they can go share that content and let people know, hey guys, I was on this podcast with, Savage Systems, blah, blah, blah. Go check it out, right? And now we're going to have more people that are seeing us too. So they're going to hopefully help bring us exposure as well while we're sharing their stories. So that's the whole thought process behind this. We're going to test it out, see how it goes. But yeah, I wanted to just share this with you. This is the build out. What we're going to be running. We have 3 emails. It's going to go out, another email once every 3 days. We're dripping 3 emails every 5 minutes between the time frame of 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And this is what the flow is going to look like. So we're going to have this running. If they say they're interested, we're going to push them over into, hey, here's more information about what it would look like. If you wouldn't mind, fill out the pre-interview question form. This gives us enough information about your company so that way we can tailor the questions and the outline of the podcast, more around you and your story. Once we get that back, then we'll schedule a call or schedule a time to actually do the interview. Now, eventually we'll work on automating more of this in terms of bringing in some AI stuff to, handle maybe some of the back and forth questions, et cetera. But for right now, we're just going to do it all of ourselves. We built the workflow. Any responses coming in, we'll take care of. We'll talk to them, send them the form, get them scheduled, do all that jazz. But anyways, I just want to show you what this the flow of the actual outreach side of things is going to look like. And we'll keep you posted on how things go. We should hopefully have a list back by end of day today. If not by tomorrow, it should be fully done. And we'll start running some people through this. So we'll keep you guys posted. All right, guys, we'll see you for the end of day.
Hey guys, wrapping up day 18. As you guys know, camera situation's crazy. Obviously doing some traveling. Hey, we did 12 hours of driving today. And as I just kind of talked about like a little bit earlier, we got to do some totally different outreach. Spooled up some connections, some people that I haven't talked to in a while, and just kind of had some conversations, right? And so I think we really got some good traction on that. Some people that I've networked with before in the past. So just a totally different outreach than what kind of we've been doing on a day to day. But we've got some really good conversations kind of already started just from me driving and just using my phone, right? Just going through and be like, man, who are some people that I can call that I haven't talked to in a while, that are good networking, that need to know more about what I do. And it's worked out great. Like I'm super pumped. I feel like I need to do that probably every day, just because as you guys know, once you start to build your business and your network, you get to know a lot of people, and sometimes you forget about people. And I think it's important that you try to stay connected with those people, and not everybody, but there's, you kind of have to pick and choose who you want to continue your relationship, continue your networking with, and you'll kind of find out who the ones that are, not only cheerleaders, because we're obviously cheerleaders. Like Kate and I know, like we have tons of, business friends and all that stuff, and we're cheerleaders. We're like, dude, we'd love to hear you crushing it and doing all these
Mm-hmm.
things. but also find out like, hey, how they're doing. Like, hey, what's an issue that's going on in your business? Like anything that you're struggling with right now. Like I'm just asking simple questions. And so I think that's dude, that's another thing that I'm just gonna kind of add to my arsenal as I get officially moved. Tomorrow's another long day of driving. But excuse me, this weekend, I'll kind of get everything locked in, and then we're gonna finish this strong, guys. We don't have very many days left, so dude, lots of stuff in the pipeline. Kate and I were talking about just a lot of the stuff that's in the pipeline, and
Yep.
we've kind of made a list of all the different things of like, dude, we got to make sure that we're following up with these people, and then also getting the information that we need to show some different things to them. But it's gonna turn out really good. I'm super pumped, man.
Yep.
Like we're on the path.
I think we're just gonna have a bunch of payments probably hit at one time. Is probably what's gonna happen because just the way that the calls have gone, the way things are moving, like, man, yeah. Like I have a follow up call here tomorrow. Yeah, follow up call here tomorrow, and probably get payment there. Realistically, I think we're probably gonna get some payments there, and it may not be anything crazy, a few $100 here. I mean, maybe 1,500. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? But I know for sure we'll get some payments coming through there, and then we have a really big call next week, following up, and actually potentially a couple big calls next week, just follow up calls with like some stuff. They need some big stuff, and now here's what I'll say again. Because TJ and I have experience doing a lot of different things, we're able to, come to these guys and be like, look, we can do this, 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 and this, and build a full package for them. If you don't have that experience, right, understand that, you can build up to that. And, or if someone says they got a problem, tell them like, hey, let me look in and see what we can maybe do to solve this for you. And then go ask the community, right? The community is super helpful. And you'll get a lot of people telling you like different ways you can solve the problem, and find someone that maybe has a proven track record actually solving that problem. See if they'll get on a call with you, walk you through how to do it, and then again, see if you can outsource it to them, right? Say like, hey, what would you charge me at like a white label cost to build this so I can go charge my customer? And then you just let them do the back end work, right? So 100%. Don't be afraid to reach out to the community for help as well. There's tons of great people. But yeah, that's just one thing. TJ and I have experience in doing a bunch of different things, which is why these may turn into some larger upfront, not just upfront, but even potentially MRR coming from them as well in terms of like packages that we can build out for them. So, but yeah, so it's good though. It's
And
really
guys,
good.
remember too, like I know we've said this several times, but at one, Kate and I didn't know any of this stuff, okay?
Right.
But we tripped and fell and learned and like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do that. Let me talk with my team, even when I didn't have a team, of like, yeah, I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure we could do that. Let's find out. Then we're over there, like exactly what Kate just explained. Guys, that's how people get started. Like, there isn't like a college we go to learn this stuff. There isn't a
Sure.
GHL college where everybody's like, sweet, I'm going to sign up and get my degree in GHL. Now, obviously, there's a certification and stuff, but um,
No one
I'm
teaches you
not
all the
certain.
aspects of business. It
It's true.
no one's teaching you all the different things that come with it between marketing systems, how to actually solve these problems that businesses have. You have to go do it, and you either got to do it for your own business or you got to do it for someone else's business, and you got to get the experience. And you can get that experience by either literally going and trading your time for free for the opportunity to do it for someone, or go find a company that you can work for a year, learn from them, let them train you up, right? That's always another opportunity too. Like I've learned some really good stuff from companies that I've worked for in the past, Um, I'm just not built to work a job though. It's just not me. Um, but yeah, you can get that experience in a lot of different ways, but the biggest you have to go get the experience. If you don't do it, you never understand it. You never really truly have um, I just say the wisdom. Realistically, like you may have knowledge because you heard someone else say it, but until you're actually doing it and have done it, you can't truly speak to it. And so like you just got it. And that's why we even started with case studies. We wanted to show you getting case studies for free with something super simple just to get your foot in the door, especially if you have no business experience or experience with all these other systems like AI, GHL in general, structuring a company to better systemize their business, help them stay organized, how to run ads, right? If you don't have that experience, there's a whole purpose behind why we're showing you guys where we started and what we started with. And then we're using that to get our foot in the door to then take the experiences that we've had and have, and now see if we can't go solve more problems, right? So it's all about just, again, I know we talk about it. Again, you're probably hearing us every day, like, man, these guys are boring, but it's the same stuff, right? It's repetitive, compounding, doing the same thing, doing the work, getting it done. And that's a lot of what business is until you get it to the point where you can see yourself out and hire people, hire a team. Now, I will tell you, too, that this is actually TJ and I talked about this earlier. He brought up a great point because he had a conversation with someone today who they have a business, and I think they're doing somewhere maybe in like 15 to 30, somewhere in that 15 to 30K range right now. They got a couple team members and whatnot, but they're struggling to grow. And I would almost guarantee, just from what I've experienced talking with business owners, is that, and I've seen this a lot with online agencies too, is that they start making money and they get to their first 10K and they're paying themselves 10K instead of pay yourself, your normal 2-3K that you were getting from your job, and just replace your job income. Don't increase your life. Start putting that back into the business. And a lot of guys don't do that. Just a lot of people in general in business don't do that. And then their business is stuck because now they've sucked all the life from the business and the ability to grow the business, and have now put that into their personal life and upgraded their personal life. Well, now they have to continue to make that same amount of money in order to feed their personal life over here. And now their business will never grow unless they somehow want to push hard and put all their time and effort to push past where they're at. Then it's possible, 100%. But you got to make sure that as you're making money in your business, don't focus on upgrading your life right away. Focus on continuing to grow the business, pouring money back into the business, pouring money into educating yourself, pouring money into getting more clients, pouring money into the education of your team or hiring your team. If you really want to build something big, you gotta do that. And that's why, TJ and I have talked about too, as money starts flowing in, we're going to show you what we got, what we're actually doing with that money to continue to let the business grow. Right now, we don't got $97 right now. So first step is pay for the subscription to GHL. That's step number one, right? But we'll get that here. I'm pretty positive by next week we'll have that taken care of. I'm pretty positive we'll have some extra funds, and then we're going to show you exactly what we're doing with that money to go put that into ad spend, whatever, start getting some more clients and more leads in the door so that we can continue to grow the business, and not only grow the business, but grow it faster. So
yes, this is great.
It's coming.
We're
right there.
You guys keep staying tuned, man. If you guys have questions, like, hey, pop them in the comments, man. We're going to keep rolling this thing. Like, I know it's a little bit repetitive, but hey, it doesn't matter. Like, we're still showing you guys like what we're doing and telling you guys what we're doing. I'm moving. Cade's been busy with his other businesses too, dude, but we're still making things happen. So, man, you guys, this is just the start too. Like, it's just the start. If you guys are following along or doing some of these things that we're doing right now, and maybe you aren't getting hardly any traction or anything, guys, just remember it's just the start. Like, we've been doing this for a long time. So don't get discouraged at all. This is just the start, man. There's sometimes people are investing 6 figures into a business right now and not making $1 their first year. Okay. Mm-hmm. That is not this. So you guys take advantage of, kind of a lot of the good information we're showing, and we're going to continue to show some really good stuff. So I'm pumped.
Yep. And again, I know we hit on this a lot, and TJ said it again. TJ and I have experience doing these things, so don't compare yourself to us. Everyone's going to start at somewhere somewhere different, right? We also started at zero. We had to learn a lot to get to where we are today. And it was a lot of bumps and bruises. We still have bumps and bruises. You just get more capable of handling them. But you start from zero no matter what, and you got to build yourself up. You got to take the bruises. You got to take the bumps. You got to take the punches, learn from them, get back up, do it again, repetition, 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 repetition. And eventually you get the skill set and you build yourself up to a point where it starts coming in, man.
That's right.
So day 18.
Let's go.
We'll see you
Another
guys in
crazy
day
day.
19 for sure.
Another crazy day tomorrow, but that's okay. We're still going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some more phone calls tomorrow, baby. Let's go.
Heck yeah, man. All right, guys. Day 18 is done. We'll catch you guys for day 19.
See you tomorrow.